Hey everyone, there's a lot of you out there that are doing local marketing, and I just want you to know a super easy way to do local marketing and build a permanent list. And to do this, basically, it takes some time, but basically this is no cost, and this is just an amazing way to build a database of companies that are going to want to work with you. And here's how you do it. First, step one, go to LinkedIn and put in your city, whatever city that you live in or near. The larger the better. I've got Dallas, and then put in business networking and click groups. And what will happen is you'll pull up some of the groups. In this case, of course, is Dallas. Network After Work is national. So there's all kinds of groups out there for Network After Work. BMI is another one. Net Party is another one. But there's always other groups as well. And Go Small Business Dallas, 941 members, for instance. And, actually they've got 15 pages here full of business networking. But you want the largest ones. And you need to look through a few pages to make sure, because sometimes the larger ones are actually on page 3 or 4. Here's an example. Dallas-Fort Worth Retail Executives Association. Now, if you're into doing the retail, that's great. Dallas Chapter of Arkansas Alumni. Well, that's probably not what you want. So that provides a really good bad example. Dallas-Fort Worth Call Center Professionals. So they do differentiate themselves, but primarily you just want the generalized larger ones. 6,000 members here. Truth is, if you get this one and this one and this one, the top 3, that's all you really need. All right. So that's part 1. Go to the city that you want, and put in business networking, and then join those groups, and they will let you in. Trust me. Step 2, after you are accepted, then you go over to the group. So here's mine. Here's Network After Work Denver. Okay, business professional networking events, 3,656 members. Go up to the top right, click See All, and it'll show you the members. Now, what's interesting here is that every one of these, okay, has the ability to message them. So you can message up to 200 people a day. You want to spread it out a little bit, some in the morning, some in the afternoon. Let's say 100 in the morning, 100 in the afternoon. And you can, see what kind of a person they are. All right. And all you have to do basically is just click message and write something. I'll go ahead and write something here. I'll pause the video. So here is the key. What you do is and I'll read this out to you, put in this message to the members of your local business networking, okay, business networking companies, and the people that are members of similar groups. And if you live 100 miles away, that's no big deal. It doesn't matter. You're in the area, and that's what's important. So you'll have to judge, what city you do this in. But the vast majority of the population lives within 100 miles of the top 100 large cities. And, you could go down to the top 200 large cities if that's what you want to do. But anyway, basically, the people that you're going to build this list with are right there. So you set up your own group, and you call it the name of the city, and then you call it Business Networking and Support Group, or something very similar to that. Use the word support so that it connotates that you're going to be helping these people, and you will be. You're going to be selling all kinds of stuff to them. So as an example, this person's a farmer's insurance agent. Well, it doesn't really matter what they do at the moment. You just want to get a bunch of people in there, okay? Later on, you can be pickier about the people. Anyway, so you put in hello and their first name, and then you make sure to say this: I found your profile in whatever the name of the group is, in this case, Network After Work group on LinkedIn. And, you can put in the name of the city, Denver Network After Work group on LinkedIn. I hope it is okay to send you a message here. If you put those things in there, everything's kosher. There have been many challenges this year for small business in the Denver area, and as an answer to the needs of our local business community, I've started a Denver business networking and support group. You can see our page here, and then you put in the group link, all right? So you just put in that link to the group right there. All right, when you set up a group, you'll have a link, and it's usually linkedin.com/groups/ a big number, okay? And it's like a 7-digit number or more, and that's your group link, so that they can click on it right here and go right to your group. Then, very importantly, I would be honored if you would join our new group and also post in it to let everyone in Denver know about your business. We also have a link for a resource that has hundreds of free business tools for all local companies. I hope you will join us. Yours in success, and then, of course, your name and your contact info. And I would put in your phone number. So, there is the perfect message for you to enter in, okay? With that perfect message and a group that you can set up for free, okay, I'm going to delete this because I'm not going to send it to her. All right, discard the message. Let me show you really quick here. Okay, I moved over, so you click on My Network, and then you click on Groups on the left, and it takes you to your groups here. And then here's the button. You just click Create Group. Now, it only takes a few minutes to create a group. Don't worry about anything, just have a nice group name. And, some people are going, well, what about, the different terms and stuff like that? No problem. Just go to one of your local business, like this one, the Network After Work. Go to it and then copy the terms of service that they use and modify it according to your own needs and change the name of the group inside of it. And if there's any, anybody, personally in there, their name or whatever, obviously you're going to change it to yours. So and I've done this within just like 6 or 7 minutes, you've got your own terms of service, and then you paste that into where it goes into the create group. Other than that, they might want a graphic, and just go to Google and go to images and type in your city name and just use an image of your city. And if you need to modify it, you can do that for free at a place called Canva, Canva.com, permanently free. And you just size it if you need to. You can also go to Fiverr, Fiverr.com, and give somebody $5 or $10 to make a nice image for you if you want to go that far. But don't let that stop you. This is super powerful. Super powerful. You can go, and all of the people that you need are right there in those other groups. You just simply invite them into your group, and they will show up. Trust me. And then you, simply ask them to connect with you or connect with them. You build your list. You can post into the group. You can communicate with them. And then you do one more thing. As they're coming into the group, you send them a message and you ask them, hey, what is it that you need as a business? And they will tell you. And you will find out very quickly what to sell them. And of course, you probably have something already to sell them, but this is something that you're going to build thousands of people into your own group that you can market anything to over and over and over for years. This is not just, a one-shot thing. Now, invariably when I teach this, people say, well, Kevin, I'm not into local marketing and I live in the middle of flipping nowhere, but you know what I would really like to do is I'd like to do something on business startups or network marketing, or digital currency. No problem. Just as easy to do. You just go in and set up a Bitcoin networking and support group, and you go to the other groups and ask them to join your group. You can do this with anything. And guess what? People almost never leave the group. Now, there's another psychological component to this. This is super cool. Actually, two of them. If you're doing local groups, people want to work with somebody that is in their own area. It's just a natural synergy. They will work with you usually before they will work with other people, even if they have a relationship with those other people, if they're on the other side of the country. So, using that local synergy is huge. How often do you, when you do a search on LinkedIn, how often do you go to somewhere on the other side of the country? It actually makes very little sense because the people that are warmest to you are literally right down the street. And this is one of the things that we need to understand. So the other thing is that when somebody joins a group, you're the owner, they see you as the owner, then you are the leader. You're the thought leader. You're the person that they are going to look to for different things. Solutions like, how do we network best in town? Things like that. So there's a lot of different things that people say, well, what about content, stuff like that. There's a couple of really good answers to that. One is you're going to be in these other groups. You can see the content that they're doing. Secondly, there are local Facebook groups that put out content constantly. There's usually a Chamber of Commerce group, and there's other business local networking groups on Facebook. Now, you can take this to Facebook as well, but the point is that the content in those Facebook groups is it just writes your content for you. All you have to do is go into some of these Facebook, community groups that are in your community and or business networking groups in your community, and they're usually talking about some ordinance or some law or some event or something that your people in your group are going to be interested in. So you don't have to go any further than that for content. It's just all right there. The other thing is that when you do this within the first 100 or 200 people, which you'll get very quickly, you're going to find somebody that they are going to probably be fairly active, and you can tap them as a moderator for the group and say, hey, I'll let you post pretty much whatever you want within reason and work with me on the group and things like that. Just help me with some of the content. And so there you have something, a strategy that you can use that is absolutely free, and they will bring more people in as well. Another little thing that you can do is when people come in, and I'll show you this really quick here. All right, I'm back to the Network After Work Denver page. This button right here, Invite Connections. All right, this allows me to invite people that I have that are my connections into this group. Anybody that joins the group can do this. And so when somebody joins your group, just tell them that you would be honored if they would invite, and this is after they've joined the group, if they would invite their connections locally. So under Invite Connections, you have different parameters you can set. So you can target a specific city or market niche inside those connections. This way, you don't have to invite everybody that comes into the group. All right. Some people are going to come in because they see the group on LinkedIn. Others are going to come in because they've invited their connections. You can get several hundred extra people this way by just simply asking the people that come in to invite their connections. So that's your final tip. This is an absolutely huge, fantastic way to build a group and a list, a targeted list of people that you can market to over and over and over for years. And it costs nothing. All you have to do is do that. Now, obviously, I market software. So I have software that can automate this process. And if you want this all, done by just taking, 60 seconds out of your day and hitting a button, well, then you can do that, and you can check that out from the link that I will put below this video, and I'll be putting this in several places. So anyway, that's the next thing, is that you can automate this process. This is one of the simplest, best targeted list building systems ever developed. Thank you for watching.